Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. Thank you for joining us again on Morning Spring for today. Femi Ojo is my name. It's quite a chilly, rainy weather, at this part of the country here, the beautiful and serene city of Oshogbo. Welcome. Evelyn, good morning.
Good morning, Femi. Right. Good morning, people. We thank God for the showers of rain this morning. How are you doing? My name is Evelyn Ohiolei, welcoming you especially to the midweek edition of Morning Spring.
Right, and of course on the program we look at the papers, and of course we get talking after that. The papers are in, right? We'll go on this quick break. We'll be back. All right, we're starting the headline segment with This Day newspaper. This Day, and it has this headline, Good One, again. CBN raises MPR to 26.25% to subdue inflation. Okay, and a couple of riders here. Cardozo, monetary tightening yielding desired outcomes. Banking system safe, sound, despite headwinds. I think that again. From Cardoso, monetary tightening yielding desired outcomes. Banking system is safe and sound, despite headwinds. Another one says plans stronger regulatory framework for fintechs. NECA, Tereba, CPPE say aggressive monitoring tightening, squeezing businesses, hurting borrowers. And Naira sustains gains on official window, stable. A parallel FX market, and of course some gentlemen here. Probably a host, finance minister, you can see him there, and some of the other guys with the finance minister. Just above that, prosecutor says it was told ICC was established for African and Russian leaders. Okay, and Ganduje. Although not election period yet, we are working to secure Tinubu's re-election. Really? Okay. It's not even a year yet. This rider, just below that, federal government's policies focused on what works best for Nigeria. Shetima's aid discloses. And top strip UK government. Nigeria's capital market needs $10 billion financing yearly to meet SDGs by 2030. Minimum wage talks, Labour reject NECA, federal government's offer 54,000 naira. We look into that in the course of the program. And of course, Ladeji Alabi is here for the midweek edition of newspaper review and some analysis. Thank you, Ladeji.
It's always a pleasure to be here. Good morning.
Of course, quite a chilly morning, isn't it?
Very chilly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Quick one here. Ganduje is one news attributed to former Kano governor and the chairman of the APC, national chairman, Ganduje, saying, although not election period yet, we are working to secure Tinubu's re-election, and saying federal government's policies is focused on what works best for Nigeria. That's from an aide to the VP. Your take on that?
For Ganduje and some of the people in the ruling political party, or for some of the people in the political class, it is the next election. Be careless about if policies affect the citizens well or not. But I think the best way for, if the president feels he wants to, secure re-election the proper way, not the other way around, is to do the needful. Let food be on the table of Nigeria. Let Nigerians feel secured. Just 2 days ago, we had people in army camouflage went to Dawaki in Abuja. If you know Dawaki is just an estate facing Gwarimpa, not so far from the seat of power, and they went away, carted away 20 people. I'm not sure any family of those ones would want to vote you, re-elect you. We had 500 people were kidnapped in the state, about 20 people killed in Plateau State. over the weekend. These are what you look at. So it's not all about you just coming out to shout, we are working on re-election. How many businesses have closed down? How many businesses cannot run again because there is crisis? How many people cannot put food on the table of their family? How many men cannot send their children to school again? So all these things are what you look into before you say you are working on re-election. You walk the talk. When people see the action.
How about maybe that's what he meant by saying we are doing everything possible?
No, so it is not his job.
So that the Nigerian people will vote him
So
in
Nigeria
again.
will also need to separate politics from governance. He's not in government. He is the political leader of his party.
Yeah.
So let the people in government come out to say that this is what we are doing. And it is beyond just saying. It is let people see. You can't keep telling Nigerians we are working, we are doing this, we are doing that, and in reality they cannot feel the effects. We have solved, just 2 days ago, DSS says since Tinubu came in, insecurity in Abuja, and just a day after. I don't know if these bandits only wait for them to say these things and come out to strike again. Just in Abuja this year alone, you heard about the young lady that was killed on a Friday because she alongside her siblings were kidnapped and her parents or thereabouts, and because they couldn't get the ransom paid as at when due, they killed the lady. So these are the issues. Those families live in those trauma. You can't come out and say this to them.
So it should be about governance.
It's about governance,
and let's talk about
politics.
All right. That will be all from the front page of This Day.
All right, we'll move on to Nigerian Tribune at this time. Nigerian Tribune, tougher times ahead as CBN raises interest rates to 26.25%. CCPC, NECA, analysts decry rate hike. Nigerians facing unbearable times due to your policies. ACF tells Tinubu you can get that on page 6 and page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Away from that, Senate in fresh bid to end header farmer crisis, conflict rather, rejects Northern Senators' call to revisit grazing routes, plans national summit. Kano Assembly amends Emirate Council bill amid speculation of Sanusi's return. Court dethrones traditional ruler in Ondo after 29 years Abaship tussle. We may declare nationwide strike anytime from now, says ASU. Bandits kill over 40, raise several homes in Plateau community. This state needs actually concentration from the state and federal government, Plateau, and even every other state that is ravaged by insurgency. 2027, Atiku will be united by mutual desperation, says APC, and says Nigerians comfortable with Tinubu. Court nullifies amendment of LG laws by pro-Wike lawmakers. Assembly screens, confirms 8 commissioner nominees, and would like to ask which of the assembly? Is it the 3-man assembly or the 25-man assembly?
Obviously.
Minimum wage, again, Labour rejects federal government's 54,000 naira offer. Meeting continues today. All right, I'd like to take Ladeji on this, the big story on Nigerian Tribune. Tougher times ahead as CBN raises interest rates to 26.25%. We've had this increment for a number of times only for the year 2024, and people are worried about Cardoso's calculation. What is this man doing? Raising the interest rate to 26.25%, probably seeing things that Nigerians, economists and experts are not seeing, because people are saying the increment in this interest rate is calling for tougher times for Nigerians, manufacturers, and even investors.
Well, business owners, it's a tough time for them. And I don't know what Cardoso is seeing. If that is what you are insinuating, then maybe he's seeing things in other realms that people are not seeing. But in reality, this doesn't look good for us. And the CEO of Total Energy, the recent $60 billion investment that they just took to Angola, when was asked why not Nigeria, why did they move, this, or he said inconsistency of policies. Insecurity and some, but pick it, inconsistency of policies. I said it the other time, when business owners around the world see us as inconsistent people in terms of policy making, they are coming to make money. They are not coming to do Father Christmas. Irrespective of community development services that they render, they also want to take money back to their country. right? Now, but if today we do this, tomorrow we do another thing, we are doing trial and error.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen on all these things. I don't see Cardoso saying any other thing. I think he's only trying to say, so this monetary policy is not working, let's try another one. But in reality, Evelyn, what we are doing with this monetary policy is that we are killing, because 26-point-something% interest rate, the meaning is that, yesterday when I saw the news, what came to my mind is, if you are owing a loan, a business loan currently, go and look for every means, I mean every means to refund, because this will not be the last. We can place a bet on that. This will not be the last. If care is not taken, we are going to see another increase on this. Don't forget, I said it when initially we started saying, oh, Naira is gaining against dollar. I said, is it artificial or natural?
Yeah.
What have we produced that make Naira gain against natural? For every right-thinking Nigerians, they will know that we are just trying to, we instead of finding a lasting solution to a problem, we just try to, okay, let's just give it a palliative, solution. And that's what we did. And you could see the fall again.
Yeah.
Now, Naira sells for about maybe 1,500 Naira or 1,500 Naira plus to a dollar. Something that has already gained, seemingly gained. So the only thing that can make us gain in those aspects is that we are producing, we solve a lot of issues that we have on ground. Food inflation is on the high. Now we have the increase in interest rates. These things are not, smelling good for us.
Yeah.
And the ripple effect is a lot of people might get to lose. 2 days ago, you guys talked about the manufacturers complaining that many of their products are not going out because the purchasing power of the people are being reduced. Right. And you guys have the energy to increase, your own allowance, increase judges' allowance, but to pay workers reasonable minimum wage, you're offering 48,000 Naira, add another 60,000 Naira to it, 54,000 Naira. These people are shameless.
All right, Ladeji, 26.25% is high. Inflation currently at 33.7%. And Nigerians are keeping their fingers crossed as to what not to expect.
That is higher than that.
Yes, food inflation is edging to, if not over 40% at this time. Mr. Cardoso, people do not know what you're doing, but they hope
I don't know what he's saying,
that
but
your
what he's saying is not
policies
good
will
at all.
actually bring, effectiveness, efficiency, and also help our country economic. That will be all from the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Evelyn and Ladeji, I had to giggle in a kind of way when Ladeji mentioned food inflation. You don't want to go there. I had an experience yesterday and I was like, all right, moving on.
We thought you guys in the fourth estate of the realm, get some palliative from the government.
We are not immune to these things. We go to the same market as the people.
We
don't have a special market.
I choose to ignore. Ladeji knows what
you guys are celebrities in your right. When you get to the market, oh, this is Evelyn, I've been hearing her voice. Okay. Oh, wow, my sister,
let's see what the Guardian has for us about that. NPC outcome, same thing, boldly written on the front page of the Guardian, and of course some statistics to that. CBN guns for stable currency, FPIs as rates hike hurts businesses. And of course you can see the man at the center there, Yemika Doso. The Guardian has the statistics. MPR raised by 150 BPS to 26.25%. And of course, monetary policy rate, 26.25%. And that's the one we're talking about. Now, CRR, cash reserve ratio, 45%. Liquidity ratio, 30%. AC, asymmetric corridor, plus 100 minus 300. And inflation, right now, at 33.7%. Just below that, APC displaces merger tax as Obi visits Labour Party Secretariat. Again, Labour rejects 54,000 Naira minimum wage proposal. And Yobe, Benue, Anambra senators clash over farmers' headers crisis. Bandits kill 46 persons. Raise homes in Plateau, 46 human beings gone. Court quashes 10-year extension for Rivers LGA chairman. Death penalty for drug traffickers not proven effective, says UNODC. A fresh nationwide strike looms in universities over ASU's demands, and Nigerian startups get 92.93%. Take that again. Nigerian startups get 29.3% of Africa's $15 billion funding in 5 years. That's on the business page. 15 of the Guardian. Ladeji, quickly, this one from Rivers. Court quashes tenure extension for Rivers LGA chairman. Many persons on the social media space yesterday are saying Fubara 1, the weakest camp 0, talking about the House of Assembly.
Well,
I mean, the chairmen that are there seeking tenure elongation.
well, I think one thing people, the people on the whichever side of the divide,
different camps,
the ones celebrating whatever win for each of the camps should understand that whatever the case may be, even though we have 2 warring factions in Rivers State now, let the rule of law, be respected. I don't want these people to, already majority of Nigerians don't believe in our judiciary again. So this ought to, tenure elongation. Is it because of the other camp proving to reasonable doubt that it should not be elongated? Do you get? Not because, okay, somebody has said, no, this is what I wanted to do. That's just my own concern about this. We don't need to continue rubbishing our judiciary. Already they have a lot in their hands, what happened after the 2023 election. A lot of Nigerians, I can tell you, even a lot of Nigerians that had, okay, I think they want to, maybe change the narrative against themselves, felt disappointed. But be that as it may, I hope the judiciary is not rubbishing. And also going forward, I think it is high time. Both camps. I saw the former president, Goodluck Ebere Jonathan, was in Rivers State, I think yesterday. He is advising both factions. Please, settle all these crises. The beauty of governance is people enjoying the dividends of democracy. And again, if former Governor Wike will be listening to me, please stay back in Abuja. If he so wishes to go back to Rivers State, tender a resignation letter as the FCT minister, go back to Rivers State, go and cause all the wala you want to cause. But if you know you have a job in Abuja and you're serious about it, sit back in Abuja, please.
All right. That would be a good place to leave it this morning. Thank you, Ladeji.
Always a pleasure to be
the
here.
rest of your day. We take a break right now. When we come back, we talk about labor, the negotiation. Is the labor stock, the tripartite committee? Where are we right now? Different, proposals, and it seems there is no agreement here. We speak, to a critical stakeholder in that particular sector. Stay with us. It's the Morning Spring on Western Spring Television.